Some people say that we evolved and that there is no God. Do you believe in God? Do you believe the world we live in evolved? Do you find this topic difficult? So, are we all correct in what we believe? Could some of us be wrong? Why does it even matter? Hi, I'm Russ Walsh, author of the book Eternity, Where Will You Spend It? I'm an engineer and I've spent more than 20 years researching the critical matters of our origins, the purpose for life on this planet, and what happens to us after our life on this earth ends. In this short video clip, I won't have time to address the broad range of issues my book covers, but I will address creation and evolution. But why does the debate over creation and evolution even matter? As human beings, there are four elements or components to our wholeness: body, mind, heart, and spirit. At our core, we are all faced with the dilemma that someday we will die. Deep down, we all fear death and hope that something wonderful awaits us after our lives on this earth are over. If we don't have balance in these four areas, and especially what awaits us in eternity, we'll never have real peace. I've found that many who believe in God struggle because they've been bombarded by the notion that science has proven that we have simply evolved from nothing and that God is just a myth or fairy tale. For those who don't believe in God, I find they struggle even more in almost all aspects of their wholeness, and they especially try to ignore the issue of eternity. When space rockets first landed on the moon and other planets in our solar system, the technology was already in place to send back pictures and video feeds. Imagine if a rocket landed on a planet or the moon and sent back pictures and videos showing all types of infrastructure such as buildings, bridges, and trains running on schedule. Wouldn't it be hard to conclude that no intelligent life has ever visited the planet? Have you ever thought about the complexity of life? Do you know that life forms have interconnected biological systems that are so far beyond the complexity of a building, train, or even a computer that our billions of educated people on this planet have yet to figure out how life really works? But does science and rational thought actually prove that we evolved? I've researched deeply into the matter at times, and so have countless others. What I've discovered is that perhaps we've been looking at this so deeply that we're lost in the micro details. Those believing in God are trying to provide answers to questions they don't need to answer, but those believing in a universe without God are greatly oversimplifying the matter and providing no real answers to back up the concept of evolution. I recently read an article explaining how the eye evolved. Instead of providing me comfort that the eye, brain, heart, lungs, digestive system, and reproductive systems could have truly formed over time, and that all of these incredibly complex systems miraculously figured out how to interconnect themselves, I was instead left with this question: if all the incredibly complex organs that make up living beings evolved until they became completely working entities, how come there aren't any signs of organs in the development stage with any creatures? The ostrich, the eagle, the porcupine, and the butterfly seem to be perfectly designed, perfectly complete, and they show no signs that they are developing the abilities such as breathing underwater someday. In reality, looking at the macro level of the complexity of life makes natural random evolution and the notion of a creatorless world virtually impossible. For people who believe in God but who've been intimidated for too long by those claiming there is no God, it's time for you to ask them to provide real answers, and you'll find out they can't. Returning back to our earlier question, is everyone right? Is anyone right? Could a lot of people, including a lot of well-educated people, be wrong? Throughout documented history, mankind has been wrong about several issues. For a very long time, people believed the world was flat. Even as a kid, I used to wonder how they could have believed in a flat earth. When I looked in the sky during the day, I saw a round ball called the sun. At night, another round ball showed up. If I jumped from the earth, something pulled me down to the earth. It seemed so simple to me, but somehow it baffled a lot of adults for centuries. In the case of evolution, many people don't want to believe there's a God. There are many reasons why people don't believe in God. Maybe they grew up in a home where there was no belief in God. Perhaps they were told continually in school and via the media there is no God, and that evolution is absolute fact. But for those who really look at the facts, evolution becomes very difficult to believe. I've heard it stated that believing evolution created our universe and the creatures in it is like believing that an explosion in a printing press produced a dictionary. My intention in addressing this topic is not to offend those who may not agree with me. Rather, my intention is to share with you in a caring and thoughtful way information that you might not know about your origins, your purpose for being here, and what awaits you when life is over. When I was younger and found that God is real, that He loves us, and we can spend eternity with Him, it drastically changed everything about me and gave me true peace, joy, and happiness. So what do you believe now? If you still have doubts about whether there is a God, I challenge you to continue your exploration. Your peace in this life and the afterlife hinges on your thoughts about God. I sincerely care about everyone who watches this video, and I hope your belief in God has been strengthened and that you will grow closer to this incredibly loving God. I also hope we'll be friends for eternity. God bless.